So, welcome. We should talk a little bit about cars since my host did one on aircraft. You can see my personal Jeep Gladiator over here. Well, it's called the Camacho, but it's the Jeep Gladiator, seat 6. Very nice little truck. Then we can see a Ford Crown Vic. I don't know what the game calls this one. I've never driven this car. It's kind of trash. But what I would like to go on about for a minute, if you know I could be so kind or bold, whichever one you want to say, is that I've noticed a lot of players use these same vehicles because they're looking at acceleration, braking, blah 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 blah. They're all the same. Almost every vehicle in this game I've noticed does handle differently. First is the wheel type. Is it front, back, or all-wheel drive? You can drive up to a wall like I am and then just hit the gas. Obviously this is all-wheel drive. It's a Jeep truck. Let's head over to my casino penthouse garage and I will show you what I mean. Now, this is kind of fast. I actually think this only seats 4, now that I think about it. I thought you could sit in the back, but I don't know. Never had more than 4 people in here. I think it's seat 6, but we'll check the website later. The one thing I kind of notice people neglect is, like, what am I doing? What kind of car would be best? You know, and what do I like driving? Because there are some cars that I love that are total garbage. One of them is a pink van that has come up in a lot of my my videos, just because, I mean, you know, I drive it a lot. When you are just chilling in free mode, you don't have to have the fastest, the strongest, or even the best. One of my favorite rides is that van. It's not the fastest, it's not particularly amazing in off-road. It's not bad, but it's no Camacho and it's no Sand King. And yes, the Sand King's actually pretty darn good at off-roading. There are certain cars that the NPC drives that I have. I'll go ahead and show off all of my cars. It's just going to be a lot of driving, and so I do apologize. I don't really have an office garage yet. That's my next purchase. I was going to purchase it now, but submarine. And, well, to be fair, submarine. So, when you're looking at what kind of car you want, if you're a first-time player, or you just need a new ride, you need to look at what is this car going to be doing. Am I going to be going everywhere and doing everything in it? In that case, a supercar is kind of out of the question. Shocker, I know, but everyone runs supercars in this game for some reason. I mean, yeah, they're generally faster and they generally have better handling. They're supposed to be the premium of the road cars. But the problem is I mean, they're fast, but they're not unstoppable. You can very easily lose control if you don't have a lot of practice with them, if you're not as good in at certain types of corners as one, and if you don't know what wheel drive it is, and yes, they do make different wheel drive supercars, you're gonna have a really bad time because you're gonna be oversteering a lot or understeering a lot. You don't need to constantly be drifting, though it is fun if you're doing it on purpose. Like, see, I did pretty much a 90-degree turn, no problem. And of course, since we're in the Jeep Gladiator or Camacho, though I'm going to keep calling it the Jeep Gladiator because I won't. Oh, flag. I will always call it that. So, and I'll use probably some NPC cars too, because I'm not going to have every type of vehicle in the game. I don't think I have an SUV, and I don't think I have a traditional van. I like rocking these kind of more, like, see, there's a supercar I have, but I don't really drive it as much as you might think. I'm more rock. There's my Bugatti over there. I won that in the casino. I'm more rock stuff like this. The carbonizer over here. It's a convertible hardtop. I just like the looks of it. And you can see if you hit down, if you didn't know this, you can actually hit down on the D-pad and see the stats, name, and maker of each car. Now this, I believe, is a muscle car. Or at least what they can. No, this is Sports Classic. Okay, yeah, I get that a little more. This is quickly becoming one of my favorite rides just because I do like how it handles its rear wheel drive, and it generally doesn't oversteer too badly, but it does oversteer. Conversely, the Brawler over here I don't really like as much as the Camacho or the Jeep Gladiator. And the Brawler is actually based off of a Baja kind of race car deal. And then you have the Ocelot XA21, which is, I can't remember the name of the Jaguar it's based off of, but it's based off of a Jag. Obviously something like this is going to be very expensive and very nice to drive, but at the same time, I actually wouldn't recommend this if you're trying to be low-key or blend in. None of these cars in my garage blend in. Let's head over to my other garage in Del Perro. I have a lot of cars, so we're going to be doing a lot of driving. And I'll be giving you guys, like, you know, is there going to be an end of year update for our channel and all that? I'll be doing most of that while we're driving and trying to stick on topic. Trying to. So, first of all, this one is rear-wheel drive. I don't even need to do that little trick with the walls and stuff because I can just come to a dead stop and then gun it, and I can see the amount of wheel spin this car has is insane. But it's also kind of what I love about it. This is the Mamba Classic, in case you guys didn't know. Mine is fully upgraded, and you can see has no problem kind of just weaving around traffic, doing the standard GTA nonsense. I'm not going full bore all the time. I'm just, trying not to crash. That's the other thing I see players do is they hit the gas and then they stop hitting the gas when they get to the destination. There is no in between. On the highway out here, yeah, sure, go full bore. Pedal to the metal. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. But when you're just driving down the city streets, you need to be a little more cautious. Ooh. Saved it. And see, that's why you practice that kind of stuff, braking, and we'll get into that later on in the video. This probably is going to be a little bit of a longer one. Not 4 hours, unless Hitsugaya crashes the live stream and starts talking about OCs, and then I can't guarantee anything. So with this car, I'm going to actually take the back entrance because I know it kind of bottoms out easy, and I don't want to bottom it out, so... Now, I don't want this car in this garage, so I'm just going to pull in right over here, and we're just going to walk in. I keep most of my rides in different places. This is kind of my catch-all garage right now. I plan on organizing it, but right now it's kind of a catch-all. Some of my favorite rides on here, some of my not-so-favorite rides are in here. We have... Oh, the Corcat D10. This thing is honestly amazing. If you guys don't have this ride, you need it. We have my free allergy. Haven't decided what I'm doing with that. Have my Bison and have my Guardian. I kind of forgot I had that huge ass truck. And then we have the Dubsta, and holy shit, I have a bike. Okay, well I have a mountain bike too, but that's not in the video. This is just what you can get off the street. I thought it looked cool, so I grabbed it. It's not particularly good, and I would consider this an SUV. Is this SUV off-road? I think this is SUV. Yeah, this is an SUV. I also have the Mesa, same kind of thing. I just grab what I like. You guys don't have to obviously stick strictly to the, like, you know, top of the, like, this is a core cat. I think this has been in since launch. It is not the fastest car in the game. It's not slow though. It's pretty good. So let's kind of talk about how to drive. Let me take this. I know it's a super. It's gotta be. Nope, sports. Surprising. I do consider some cars in different categories than what GTA does, so I do get it wrong what class they're supposed to be in. Let's head down. Let's go to the airstrip. Let's go to the airstrip. And I'll show you guys what I mean by learning how to drive, learning how to corner, and really mastering your ride. And you can get as good at driving as you want with any ride, or any set of rides, or, you know. Now, most of the cars in GTA are all-wheel drive when it comes to especially off-road, and I believe a little over half of the supercars, but there are some odd ones out there. The Entity, which is based off the Koenigsegg, is, I believe, front wheel? Though I haven't driven one, and I kinda would like to drive one before I actually make a judgment on that. Might be my next car purchase. Oop. So if you guys want to see me start reviewing GTA cars, let me know in the comments. I do kind of like cars, and I really like breaking down the GTA rides, so if you want to see that more often, I will just start on a website, start at the least expensive, and I'd go to the most. And I have some of the most expensive rides in the game, so it's kind of cool. Though they wouldn't be like, I wouldn't be like Pyro Realm Gaming or the Professional, like, you know, you might have to wait a bit because I have limited GTA funds right now, and limited time to play. Alright, so we got here pretty much relatively quickly, and no damage, so even better. Whoop. GTA, trying to be a little bit of GTA there, and I did oversteer a lot. So when you're driving, whether it be in an airport, a busy road, learn to corner. Coming in on the inside, letting your car go to the outside if you have space to do that, like this. That's a real non-hassle way to get through a corner. If you have to make a tighter corner, come to the outside, and you're just gonna shoot for about the middle of the road. And you can drift to obviously tighten that turn if you need to, like I just did. And then you just kind of, you make these, you don't go full bore like that. You don't just throw your wheel in a direction. I'll go into first person so you guys can see that I'm not really, when I'm driving, I'm not really giving it like, you know, full bore, oh, let me just drive this way or that way. We'll do that kind of turn, kind of hug the corner, and we'll just come out, boom. And that's when you're going fast. And fast, I would say around the corner is anything under 30. Obviously you can do that, but boom, I'm lined right up with the gate. Come to the gate, and then, and the reason why I'm showing off like in first person what I'm doing, I'll just go around the loop here, is I'm not just throwing my wheel everywhere. I'm just going where I need to and how I need to get there. So non-hassle turn, and we're already going 100, so I'm just gonna do it. Oh, and there's some damage. because I forgot that was there. And yeah, you're gonna fuck up. But you know what? It's fun. Now let me show you how to drive a totally different style car. Oop. I don't know how I did that. So I'm just gonna return her. And we're actually going to bust out the very car that well, vehicle, it's not a car, it's a van. I'm gonna put my finger.
You're through to your garage. You, need me to bring you a ride?
And that's at my nightclub service.
I'll bring it to you.
This is my Yoga Classic 4x4. And there's all kinds of guns here. I have a pink musket. Was that necessary? No. But I thought it might be fun to harken back to, I don't remember what 4th of July event started that, but they started putting that in every 4th of July event. Now, I don't know what it is with the new update, but Johnny on the Spot's been like Johnny off the block. So, just be ready for that kind of stuff. So we'll just come around here. And this car, well, vehicle, I say car again, isn't nearly as fast. So I don't have to prep to turn in the same way. It's also all-wheel drive. Oh, you. So the best way I can tell you is like, there was no wheel spin on that, and I gunned it. Is this the fastest car? No. You see, you still don't want to go full bore on your turns because see the body roll that was going through in first person. This is telling you that you really should let off the gas a little bit and turn a little more cautiously. You can go on 2 wheels, especially if you go something like that. I don't think we went on 2 wheels there, but that's fine. So when you're just driving around, you can obviously hit R1 if you're on PlayStation. I think it's right bumper if you're on Xbox, and I don't know what key it is if you're on PC. But you can hit that for a little bit of a handbrake, but if you hold it, you don't really do much. So what you want to do is already have your front wheels pointed in the direction that you're going to want to skid, like, and then you can correct any mistakes. So let's head over to my nightclub because I have to go get the money. I'm probably promoted anyway. And if you guys didn't know, a lot of the vehicles in the game, again, they all have their purpose. This one is more of a retro style, so it's just really here to look cool. If I get bored of it, I might sell it, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. It seats 4 people, the 2 people in the back get access to stuff like machine guns and assault rifles, so if I'm being chased, it's really cool if I've got friends. Actually, before we do that, let's pop over to the Arena War Workshop. I want to show you guys what I keep over there. See how I'm still hugging that outside shoulder and not turning wide though. I cannot, because people people wreck their shit on this. I think I went through the wrong exit. Oh well. No one claimed to know the map well. And I just ran over a car. I'm glad I got that on camera. I don't think I could have done that otherwise. I do have a shitload of lights, so what does that prove? Not much, but off-road ready? And even when you're going through rougher terrain, and I'll show you guys what I mean when we do our off-roading section. Yes, there will be an off-roading section. I'll probably do that in my Yoga Classic again. Or I might bust out the Bison. Or the Guardian. I don't know yet. Who knows what I'll take out there. We'll figure out when we get to that part of the video, I guess. So we've really covered driving fast which is simple. Just, you know, a lot of the stuff is gonna be repeated. But I want to cover driving, especially either heavy vehicles, and then we'll get into motorcycles later. So for heavy vehicles, I've got this thing. This is the Arena War Scarab tank. I think it's based off of that luxury tank that came out a few years ago. I don't remember what the name of that thing is. I'd have to ask my host because I'm sure he would know, as it is a tank. This one has special abilities like boost. If you can double tap X or A on your consoles, and it can flip cars. Extraordinary! Oh, that was a juicy flip. That was good. Right there is the kind of stuff you want for getting, just saying, I don't have time to go around traffic, I'm going through it. Ooh, yeah, he got the worst of that. And damaging a car is admittedly a lot of fun. Let's go see where he went. Oh, landed on his wheels. You know what? That car... Oh, yeah, that side's not so in so much great shape. But I bet you it's still drivable. As a matter of fact, I know it is. Beat up vehicles like this. Excuse me, guy. We're gonna go ahead and test. This is a sedan. We're just gonna do our wall trick. We're not gonna worry about keeping it really safe because it's already not. So we're just gonna use our car. Ah, this is a rear-wheel drive. That's why it flips so bad. So you can definitely see that this car is not made for this. And when you're trying to deal damage to player vehicles, you're gonna have to keep in mind that they probably have armor, which I will cover later. But if you're trying to do damage, you really want to hit it like that. Okay, sorry about that. But let's head to here. And like I said, you're gonna want to hit kind of do a pit maneuver, like, or just, you know, something like that. Most NPC vehicles will get knocked out of action, or like not destroyed, but not really a problem anymore after like one solid hit. Police, maybe an issue, but we can demonstrate some things on them as well. So you see a police car somewhere. Are all the bike cops around here? Oh no, they're all on foot in the impound. So, let's say you didn't want to hit a car like that. I tried to warn, but I didn't turn it off. Okay, so, boop. You can jump over it, and we're fine. With these heavy vehicles, you don't have to worry too much about, like, popping tires, obviously, especially the tractor ones. But, Guess I don't have to worry too much about that kind of stuff that I do. We have pretty large outliers. But like, if you hit him like that, that's not doing a whole lot of damage, so you can just back off. Now, it still did kill the driver. But that's more on what I'm driving. How I hit. And not every heavy vehicle can knock a NPC vehicle out like that. Do this. And always try to aim somewhere where it would, even if they're not knocked out, it would still be kind of difficult to get out. The last thing you want is a car you've already dealt with coming back to be a pain in the ass. Is this going to be always feasible? No. Alright, so I'm just going to head into my club. Apparently people don't like tanks showing up at the club. There's my security guy. I'm going to name him Martin.
Hey, boss.
And we'll just head through here real quick. And this is probably going to be basically non-promoted because I've been messing around with the submarine. I was trying to think of the name. I just keep calling it the Yagi. But I've been messing around with the submarine for a while. So it's been unpromoted. But I did have it at full before, so it should be kind of okay. What I don't like is how you can't run. There we go. Yep, my popularity is nothing. So I'm just gonna let that kind of sit there. There are certain vehicles I wouldn't personally use. I'm not gonna outright say they're bad because the whole point of this video should be just to drive what you like and drive how you like to drive it. If you don't care about damage on your car, I kind of care about mine, so I try not to damage them, though I'm not perfect. But if you don't care about damage in your car, then you can disregard this entire video. This video isn't for you, it is for those who don't want to really fuck up every aspect of their vehicle every time they hit the road. Now, conversely, if you've been rammed instead of doing the ramming, you do have some control in your vehicle in the air. However, you're still gonna hit whatever you're pretty much aimed at. So be ready to kind of recover. If they've done what I've suggested and they've rammed you into somewhere that would be like they rammed you off the bridge, they punted you somewhere that would be a pain in the ass to get out of to continue your pursuit of them for whatever reason you're pursuing them, then yeah, no, it's going to be a pain in the ass. There's no easy way, I'll say that, no easy way around it. If you have an Oppressor Mark II, yeah, you're not susceptible to being rammed because you're flying, but people are probably going to target you more because, well, you're an Oppressor Mark II, and that vehicle is notoriously used for griefing. Am I saying you're griefing because you're flying it? No, but it is notoriously used for it, and it's kind of getting there. There goes the dump truck. Oh. I think rolled like 4 or 5 times. But when you're, especially if you're trying to fight a heavier vehicle, attempt to go for like strikes that would limit its capacity to recover. So try to take out tires with your weapons if you have any, like because that's the machine gun on it. If you can't do that, then just do something like that, especially on those cargo box vans that we all have to drive on the resupplies, that's a really effective way. Just boost into it if you have a boost. If you don't, just try to hit the bottom right between the tires, because that takes away most of the control. But when you're, especially when you're just doing this, see, that messed me up almost as much as the guy I ran over. No, yeah, because it's a non-player car, it's still, I still can run pretty much okay. But I can only really do that to higher setting vehicles. Or wider vehicles. Ooh, I didn't really hit him very hard at all. Hard enough that it would have still changed his course. So if you're going through an intersection, say you don't want to hit anyone, just jump over them. If you can jump. Everyone keeps saying that the Arena War vehicles are bad. And I will say both yes and no. It totally depends. What are they going against? If they're going against cops, NPCs, and stuff like that, they're completely fine. My own host has told me instead of this, I should get a Kanjali, which is a tank. I might eventually upgrade to the normal Kanjali, just because I see where he's coming from, but this is a lot of fun. If you know what you're doing, you can do a lot of little fun tricks. And I'll show you the BF Raptor in a minute. Though I am going to warn you, the BF Raptor does not like getting hit at all. If you get hit, just waste that. Oh, well, you're taking a trip. Oof. And that is game over for you. You are phased through that. See if we can drive it out of that, because I didn't think it would phase through, but it definitely did. This is the Granger SUV. You can see where we hit. We tore up everything on the body. So I'm going to use this Granger to kind of show how to stop a vehicle without outright destroying it. Firstly, we're going to need a pistol. I use this or the vintage pistol, just because I like the looks of them. Obviously, you can hit the tire, just shoot anywhere on the rubber part. If you're looking at it from the front, you're gonna want to aim right below. If it's an SUV like this, aim right below their fog light, and you should still hit the tire on either side. If you just aim at the rearview mirror, I think you completely miss. I've never actually. Yeah, you just completely miss. The driver is always going to be above the door handle, so all you really have to do to hit the driver is aim right about here above the door handle, and you'll incapacitate, assuming it's either stationary or you have enough time to kind of aim that shot. Every windshield. Is this one still intact? Yep. Every windshield in this game will absorb 2 rounds. Watch. Most will absorb 3 to 4 to 5. You still get damage, but it'll be at a lesser amount. So that's something to consider. And if you want to pop the trunk on anything, you can always shotgun it. That still works. If not, just try to melee. Not everything you're going to be able to pop open, especially something like this would be extremely difficult. And if you are just looking to get rid of it, obviously something like this. Oh, well, I missed with my grenade. How does that make me look? Now, for my next trick, we will need to go, we're going to use the tank for a minute. we'll need to go find us another NPC car that's relatively undamaged, but ooh, it's all about timing jumps, people. So we can also try to pit. But that wasn't a big enough hit to take him down, and I'm not really. So you want to come in here and hit like that. Boom. Classic takedown. Vehicle's pretty banged up, but nothing a repair can't help. Made 15 bucks. Oh, there goes the door. Okay, well. See if you aim correctly, and you guys saw me just steal this, so you know it's not fully upgraded. This one couldn't be. Or rather, it shouldn't be.
Hey, how can I help? Oh, hey, you're in trouble.
So
Okay, I'll deal with it.
You got something to say to me?
We'll get ourselves a new one. Every door does absorb some damage, so if you wanted to, you could literally open a door. Let's see if this one's locked. Yep. Open a door. The first thing you should be worried about is where is this guy gonna hit when he shoots, especially somewhere like this. Doesn't look like they hit anything important. Keep as much of your vehicle that's metal pointed towards guns. You don't want to. Oh, fine. Well, that's why I'm in a session by myself. I already figured that would happen because apparently everyone loves their cars enough to have like Hitman waiting. Now, this car is still pretty much A-okay. Guy shot through the back windshield, or the back windshield, the back window, and the driver's side window is screwed, but that's not what we need this vehicle for. So if you find yourself in a stock vehicle, ask yourself, how can I get this thing across, say, traffic and do all that? Well, one, these cars will stop at least for a time, and you can just join the flow, and then B, how would I get rid of someone chasing me in this thing? You can see this thing is not particularly fast. It's all about evasion tactics. Or you end up pursuit yourself by maybe a pit maneuver, which I'll show how to do. That's part of the reason why I got this, is because it's a standard car. So you come up here and you want to try to pull parallel to their back tire, and you just like shove. Let's try it on a smaller vehicle. But you can see where that would have worked had I continued. Let's try it on this four-door over here. I'm also not really going that fast, but you're gonna, and when you go to shove, make sure you do that, and that flips them around. Doesn't really damage your car that much, and it's pretty effective on stopping, like, especially those annoying vehicle contact missions where you have to stop a car. Can really come in handy. Other than that, something that a NPC car is actually really good at doing is being what I would like to call a survival pod. If you have to take a really large fall, or if you're going to be just generally slamming around a lot and you know it, be in a car. Whether your car, an NPC car, a friend's car, something, be in a car. These things absorb a massive amount of damage in the game. Even NPC cars, as you can see, this one has taken several bullets. And it's running just fine. Oof. Oversteered. But not that badly. And that's why we don't full bore around corners. You see, you just come back over here to the lane you need. Boom. That actually worked out a lot better than I thought it would do. So let's talk about off-roading. For that we're going to the beach, which is why we're coming back this way in the first place. And we're going to be talking about kind of that survival pod thing, but I'll show that off a little bit there. So if you, like, let's say I was being chased and I need to get off of this hill. I could take the long way down, or I could just come over here and boom, I'm on the road. If you know how to land, you'll be fine, and even if I didn't know how to land, I was still fine because I'm in the car. Now, when you're going to go off-road, you kind of want to try to line your wheels up with your obstacle in a way where you're going like this. You may not be going particularly fast, but you're going. And see, we made it over just fine. We didn't, I think we scraped like once or twice. If you're going to be submerging your vehicle, you can actually submerge these pretty far and be fine without killing this guy just strutting at the beach for no goddamn reason. You can go further than this. About here's where you want to start getting worried. Once it's kind of starting to get over the roof, and we flooded the car. Oh, did we? Did we? Yep, we flooded the car. That's no worry. Also, what I was about to cover, ironically, know what's under you. Like, I misjudged that, and I paid for it. Get that hat out of here. Fucking loud hat. Now, luckily, there's a parking lot nearby where I can acquire a vehicle. Probably nothing worth off-roading in, though. Let's see what we got. So, since I know I'm going to be off-roading, I'm not just taking the first thing I see. I have no reason to. I'm not being chased. I don't have cops shooting at me. There's no reason to take the first thing. And boom, there's a Granger coming into the parking lot now. I'll just stop the driver.
Oh, Jesus.
Boom. Toss him out, and then I've got something that I can off-road at least a little bit.
You asshole!
Now, since I am being chased, even though he's not chasing me very far, just kind of full board away for a minute, and then right back to where we were. When you're off-roading, especially in something like this, you want to be, like, careful. It's long, it's going to bottom out, so go for it. You gotta really go for it. You can generally keep your line pretty straight, like my hand is even on the thing right now. Whoop. And if you want to keep landing on your wheels, try to keep your wheels in line, and then when your first wheel touches the ground, turn opposite that you're landing. So, like, need to be over here. Sorry guys, dry mouth, not Rona. So let's say you're just trying to go over this, you're gonna full board up, if it'll go up. Try to get a running start and then turn in, boom. There are different ways you can tackle obstacles depending on your obstacles, how you should tackle it. You can come up at a corner, try to get a little more, you know, clearance. That's not really gonna work, but I thought I'd mention it anyway. Because in your car, it might. Now the SUVs do have one thing that they suck at, and that is, well, they have a few. One is their top speed is generally just moderate, and they don't really have the best brakes. I used my handbrake and standard brake in there, and I still slid for about 20 feet. Now granted, that's on sand. And I think I'll close the video out by saying that really you should only be transporting a vehicle via either aircraft or something like that. So we're gonna head back to the airport. Let me just back up and full board out there. Now again, especially in this, you don't want to roast your tires a whole bunch. Roasting your tires is where you're spinning them to the point where you're seeing a lot of smoke coming out, and that's because these tires have a weird health bar. They get down to red and then they'll go back to green, but once they're done, they're done. So, like, you don't want to sit here and do this for too long. And you can kind of gauge how long is too long, because once you can barely see the tire like that, pull it off and you're fine. You don't really want to be just sitting there roasting them. Even if you need a tire popped for some reason, say you're filming a video or whatever. Oop, and we scratched the shit out of the side of that, didn't we? Oh well. Not my car, not my problem. Now when I show you this, it's a very good likelihood that I'm not doing something right, because I'm not that great at flying, and you'll see why I bring that up in a minute. When you go over a hill, you should always try to keep your wheels straight and fuck that guy. Now, this Granger, after this stunt, probably will not be at full health. I almost guarantee it won't be. Oh, did I realign up right? Yes! And I lied, we are fine. We are fine, that was fun. But now the reason we're all here, ladies and gentlemen, I need to go here, into this menu, boop, boop, boop. And it should spawn somewhere around here. Oh, right on the runway, perfect. So then I just go to vehicle, I go to my doors, and then I go to cargo ramp. Now that the cargo ramp's down, this may take a couple tries, but you can generally get cars up in here. Boom. Now that that's up in there, what you're going to want to do is close your cargo ramp when you're outside of the aircraft, or if you have a friend, have them out back, just to make sure that it closes fully. This lets you do a whole bunch of things. If you have a vehicle contact mission, like I've been saying, it lets you safely transport a vehicle. Now, it is going to bang around a lot, and you're still going to take some damage, but it's better than getting shot. And then you have to be very careful. No sudden change in altitude or anything. We're going to try to get this over the beach, and then I'm going to open the cargo ramp door and drop it out. So here's the beach. Actually, let's try to go a little farther. The beach is really short. Let's see if we can actually get this, say, out of the sea. So when it comes time to drop it, open up the vehicle doors. Yeah, no, I said I'd try to get her out of the city, but based on all that, rumbling in the back, that's not happening. And then boom, you have yourself either A, like I've done, an improvised bomb, or B, you can carry a vehicle relatively safely from one end of the map to the other. I have done it before, but I usually have someone in the back that can kind of try to keep it off of the door. And while this isn't a complete guide, it's a pretty good one. Anyway, this is Sapphire, and I'll see you next time.